Hello? Today we are talking about The Headless Cupid. This is another young adult book. Um, I feel like it's okay. It's not something I would read again. Funny enough, I was going through this book, like reading it, and I found where I had stopped reading it years ago. And so it was nice to actually finish the book because I never did. Um, it's okay. It's a ghost story, but it does this thing that I don't like. I don't think this is a good ghost story at all. Basically, the whole time throughout the book, you're like, ooh, is there a poltergeist? And there's a character that is suspicious in the sense of like, everyone's like, are you really just doing that? And as you're going through the book, the characters that suspect, or the character that suspects that one character of possibly being the person that's making it seem like there's a ghost, is trying to be like, well, logically, if they were, how did they do this, this, and this? Or like there's some event that makes the character think that it's not actually that person they were suspicious of, and it is actually a ghost. But then, just when you think there might be a ghost, they're like, oh, actually, no, it was me 100%. And this one did the whole, you think it's a character, but then it kind of seems like maybe it is actually a ghost. But then you find out it's the character, but then something else happens where you don't know how it happened. So then you think there really is a ghost, but then there's an explanation for that. But then at the end, they're like, but is there really a ghost? There was. Somebody says there was. I don't know. I don't love that. I read another book where it did that, and it's so annoying to me. Because if you're going to be a ghost story, be a ghost story. But these four children who their mom died, and we don't really get the timeline of when the mom died. It just says, like, a little over a year ago. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. I didn't really enjoy this book. But most likely, a little over a year ago, mom died. Dad has been dating and married to this woman, like from dating to them getting married, it's been at least 1 year. And I'm like, I'm sorry, sir. Did your wife, like, did she die? And, like, on her deathbed, she was like, I have a friend, go date her and marry her. You guys would be perfect. Or were you, like, messing around while your wife was sick? It's a lot. Because they also do this stereotype of, like, the new mommy is like this creative person, but because dad is so like serious and strict and career driven, he doesn't really have time for the family and the kids. So new mommy has to come in and raise all the kids, but she has to do it with the help of the older kids. So the older kids get parentified so they can't enjoy their childhood. And I hate that. It's so infuriating to read because I'm like, oh my God, like, you, if your partner dies, you don't immediately need to replace them with somebody else to take care of your kids. This is just another thing where I read it and I was like, that's so stupid. Why would you make somebody else take care of that for you? So the dad in this has to get up really early. And if he doesn't get up early enough, he can't sit down and eat breakfast with the family. Okay. Like, I love that you're trying to eat breakfast with everybody. But he goes about this in a way that, like, if I was his wife, I'd be like, I'm not doing that. So he has to get up early, but he makes his wife wake up and then wake him up. And oh my God, I would throw a fit. Like, that's such a little thing. Just get up. Just get up. You can do it. You're a big boy. Basically, Headless Cupid, these kids move to a new home with their mom, their stepmom, and their stepsister, and they're all just trying to figure out how to live together. And the house is really old, so they think it might be haunted, and stepsister is really into supernatural stuff. Very into supernatural stuff. So she kind of gets them to, like, start dabbling in stuff. She does a spell for them. They do a seance, and she initiates them into the occult. And then she decides that she wants to see if this poltergeist, like, they can talk to it. So they do the seance, and the poltergeist talks to them. And then all of these things start happening, and you think it's a poltergeist. But then, big surprise, it's the stepsister, because she's going through a lot, and she's acting out a little bit. And basically, there comes a point at the end where something happens that makes the stepsister think that they are actually haunted by a poltergeist, and it freaks her out. You find out that is not the case, and then at the end, one of the little kids is like, oh yeah, I found this head of the Cupid because a little girl told me. So then you're like, oh, is there another ghost? But then that's the end. I don't think it was a good book. It's okay. I can see why I didn't finish it, because I probably was like, I can read something else better. It was nice to read it at least once, though, but it is not my favorite. It was okay. I think if you want something that's really tame and, like, isn't actually spooky for your kid, this would be a good one. Because if your kid wants to kind of get a little spooked out, but they don't want to have it too spooky, this would be great. But as for me, I didn't like it. And I know I'm coming at it as, an adult. But, like, there are some young adult novels that I love. And then there's this one. So, like, if I were to rate this 2 out of 10, it's okay. That's literally all it is it's okay. It's written not horrible enough that I could read it, but it's not written well enough that, like, I really enjoyed it. And yeah, if you're gonna tell me it's a ghost story, give me a ghost. So I don't know, I wouldn't recommend it, but if you want a meh book, go for it. All right, goodbye.